Water and hair are like, they're like this, you know what I'm saying? Condition your hair with indirect heat, you know what I'm saying? You want to put on your mask, you want to put on your shower cap, you want to, you know what I'm saying? You need to deep treat your hair. Okay, so I'm here to spill the tea. Get you a blanket, get you some champers, you know, get you a glass of wine, because I'm here to give you the truth. Again, I'm exaggerating. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, let me calm down. Anyway, I'm back with another video, and this is gonna be like a two-part video. I've done another video talking about why your hair isn't growing, but this one's about how to make your hair grow. Okay, before we get into this video, I just need you to do one thing, just one thing. Press that subscribe button, press the like button. You can do anything else, and then we can go into the video. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna talk about how to grow your hair, which is a really difficult question to answer when people ask you, oh, your hair's so nice, what do you do to it, how do you grow your hair? It's not a one statement answer that I can give people. It's an accumulation of things and mechanisms that really help your hair to grow out. Your hair grows all the time. Coming from your scalp, your hair is always growing, and then the problem is retaining that length. Okay, let me use simple language. Okay, your hair grows from the scalp always, right? But then let me use my braid for example. If this was here, this braid was here, I need to retain this so that it gets down here. You know what I'm saying? I hope that visual presentation, you understand what I'm trying to say. So those are the tips that I'm going to give you to keep your hair, to keep your ends growing, because it's the ends that signify length, right? So yeah, we're gonna go through the list that's on my phone on 10 tips on how to grow or retain length, on your hair. Okay, you must formulate a regimen. When people talk to me and ask for advice on what to do with their hair, they always think that products is like first and foremost, but it's not. You have to find a regimen, you have to find a routine, you have to make up a schedule for your hair. It has to be either daily, doing something to your hair daily, doing it weekly, doing it monthly. If you have to go to your calendar and say, Monday I'm going to moisturize my hair, Monday, Wednesday, Friday I moisturize, Saturday I wash and deep condition, once a month I deep condition with protein. You know, that's how you formulate a regimen. If you want me to go into detail, please let me know in the comment section that you really want me to talk about this in detail, because it's very important, and that's why it's at the top of my list. 2 is you have to clean your scalp. Okay, you have to clean your scalp, because if you don't clean your scalp, the hair is dirty, it smells, it's got buildup, the scalp has got buildup, there's just like clogation. Listen to me making up words. The pores in the scalp gets clogged, okay, and then that stunts the growth, so the hair will not come out the way it's supposed to come out. You have to wash, shampoo, clean your hair. It smells if you don't clean your hair. If you didn't know, You need to wash your hair. Plus also when you do shampoo your hair, you introduce water. You know, water and hair are like, they're like this, you know what I'm saying? So you always want to clean your hair. Okay, so cleaning your hair is tip number 3, which is using a t-shirt to dry your hair. Try to avoid using a towel, because the little fibers, I don't know what I can call them, those little things on the towel, they can pull and snag on your hair, and then that will cause breakage. So you want to use a t-shirt just to like absorb that excess water, and then air dry and do what you have to do. So that's tip number 3. Number 4 is treat your hair, which means you have to deep condition your hair. Like, I personally think out of everything, deep conditioning your hair on a regular basis is honestly like one of the most important things you can do for your hair, for hair growth, for just general like health. Like, with healthy hair comes length, you know what I'm saying? So you always wanna deep treat your, like, you want to deep condition your hair with indirect heat, you know what I'm saying? You want to put on your mask, you want to put on your shower cap, you want to, you know what I'm saying? You need to deep treat your hair. 10 tips on deep conditioning. Deep condition your hair. Deep condition with heat. Deep condition with a moisturizing conditioner. Deep condition with a protein deep conditioner. Deep condition when you're in the mood. Deep condition when you're not in the mood. Deep condition when your hair feels dry. Deep condition when your hair feels good. Deep condition a little bit more. Deep condition even more. Just deep condition, guys. Deep condition your hair. Okay, the reason being is that deep conditioner is one of the only products out of all the other products that you have that will actually fill in gaps in your hair. Like, if your hair is feeling dry, it will put in that necessary moisture. If your hair is breaking, it will fill in the necessary proteins in the cortex or fiber or whatever within the hair. Your hair needs that. Your hair really needs that deep conditioning session. Deep condition for 30 minutes, deep condition for an hour. Take time, you know, like, deep conditioning is like spa treatment but for your hair. Like, I mean, if you love your hair, you will do it. You will really do it. All right, and then tip number 5 is you want to moisturize and seal. Moisturizing is when you use either water, you use leave-in, you use a moisturizer, you use like aloe vera, things like that. That is putting in moisture into your hair. Okay, when you've done that, you want to follow that up with an oil, because it doesn't make sense for you to moisturize and then don't put oil, because that oil acts like a barrier to keep in the moisture. You guys, you know, we live in Africa, so it's always hot, you know, so that heat or UV rays or whatever, that heat is gonna cause the water to move out of the hair and evaporate, whatever the case may be. So you really need to follow that up with an oil to seal in the moisture. Hair thrives by water or with water, whatever the English term is. Your hair needs water, your hair needs moisture. And also another thing is how you choose to moisturize your hair. You can use any of the following methods, which is lock method, LOC, LCO, LOCO. I don't know if there are other methods, but that's how you should be moisturizing your hair according to your hair type or porosity type, whatever the case may be. Okay, you have to trim your hair. Black women don't like to trim their hair. I understand the struggle that, you know, your hair's gotten to a certain length and, you know, it's hurting on the inside to have to cut your hair. But just like a little nyana trim is not gonna be bad for your hair. Why? You need a trim because, let's say this is your hair, my arms together is your hair, and when your hair starts to split, it goes like this, and then the other hair falls off, right? And then this hair is damaged and weak, and eventually it's gonna fall off, and that goes all the way up to your roots or whatever the case may be. So better to avoid the breakage being like all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Yeah, so just trim your hair, trim a little bit at a time. I'm not gonna say how often you should trim. That's like, you need to kind of figure that out on your own, but you need to trim your hair. Okay, tip number 7 is avoiding heat and avoiding coloring your hair. Try to avoid heat because heat is an enemy of progress. Heat is extremely damaging for our hair type. If you do choose to use heat, use it sparingly. You really need to use it sparingly, and on top of that, use heat protectant. Yeah. Tip number 9 is use a satin bonnet. Okay, so you can either use a satin bonnet, you can use a satin scarf, you can use a satin pillowcase. Why you should do that is because when you go to sleep, the pillowcases are made out of cotton, and cotton will absorb that moisture. The same thing with the towel, your bathing towel, whatever, that will also take away the moisture that you would have just put in. So that's the nice thing about satin, is that it doesn't take away the moisture, it leaves the moisture there. It even leaves your hair feeling a little bit more silky than before. So always wear a satin bonnet. Even if you're home, wear your satin bonnet. Like, who are you trying to look cute for? You're at home, wear your satin bonnet all the time. I'm even like, when I'm at my boyfriend's place, he's like, don't you have like can't you like style your hair, or you're always in this thing? And I'm just like, nigga, like, this is my hair, man. Like, I'm protecting it. So you want to protect your hair all the time by wearing a satin bonnet. It also really helps with your edges, as I noticed a lot of people were complaining that when they go to sleep, yeah, the same thing. Protect your hair, wear a satin bonnet. Cool. Okay, tip number 10 is find the right products. I mean, it's really like, there's nothing much I can say about it. It's really like, it's obvious. Find the right products. Look for products that are natural. Look for products that don't have mineral oil, paraffin, petroleum, petrolatum, silicones, sulfates. Well, the sulfates can be useful. Try to find products that you can use regularly that don't have sulfates, that don't have all these other things that I cannot say. I'm not going to embarrass myself and say these like chemicals or words or whatever, but find the right products. I mean, with this whole natural hair movement, there are more products at your disposal. Find products that help you to manage your hair. Find products that help you to detangle, comb your hair, you know, nourish, moisturize. Find the right products. For this video, I know it's overwhelming when you're starting out and you really want to be proactive about growing out your hair and making it healthy, but like I often tell people, with health comes length or volume if you're natural, and it honestly takes these practices to grow out your hair. I mean, on top of that, you have to be very consistent. You have to be consistent, you have to be patient, and only time will tell when your hair is responding to your regimen, or if your hair likes certain products or whatever. But to be honest with you, every single thing that I have mentioned I do to my hair, and as a result my hair has grown. So I'm not talking out of my beep. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd really appreciate some thumbs up. I would appreciate if you subscribe. I would also appreciate if you watched some of my other videos. I would just put them somewhere here, you know, just click watch my other videos and let me know what you think. Let's chit chat. All right guys,